Hey, good morning, Luke.
How's it going?
Good, good. I guess we'll start. What's your thought process on the position change to linebacker, and how fluid of a change do you think that'll be for you? And what do you hope that does? How do you hope that helps you and helps Wake Forest?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm thrilled about the change. I think the position suits my skill set really well, and thankfully, I've played a decent amount of positions here, so I have a pretty good understanding of the defense, and it makes that transition a little less hard, just because I know what's going on behind me and in front of me. So that's definitely been a process, but I'm really looking forward to this spring to utilizing all those 15 practices to really fine tune my skill set and to get the defense down before fall camp. And in terms of your second part of the question about how that helps me and how that helps the team, I think that helps me because I think I've always been a better box player. I think I can react fast when I see the line movement and stuff, and I play faster when I'm in the box, and so I think that's going to benefit me and help the team. I'm vocal. I'll get everyone aligned, and I'll make some plays too.
Does the fact that you've kind of played all over that back end of the defense, does that kind of help you, like you said, get everybody in the right spots at this point?
Yeah, I mean the safety is always kind of known as the quarterback of the defense, and the linebackers are the same way with getting the D line aligned and communicating between each other. So I really look to bring that vocal part of my skill set to the linebacker room and help make sure everyone's aligned.
Luke, did you have to, or were you instructed to change your body a little bit with the
Yeah,
position move?
yes, sir. I put on about 8 to 10 pounds. Still going to try and gain a little bit of weight here, but slowly. And just biggest thing is maintaining that throughout spring, and then maintaining that throughout the season as well.
We talked to Sam a little bit about that and how difficult it is for him eating as much as he does. Do you have difficulty with it or no?
Yeah, I think the toughest part about it is the schedule that we have as student athletes. We practice early in the morning, we eat breakfast before, and we eat after as well. But a lot of guys have class, and they have tutoring sessions, and they have all these things throughout the day that make going to get, you can't just go home and make a meal for yourself sometimes. So you got to figure out creative ways to do that. And with me, it's a little easier because I got night class, so I got time. But with other guys, it's just a matter of timing.
What's your go-to for packing it on?
Yeah, I eat a lot of chicken and rice. Honestly, I'm kind of getting a little tired of it, but gonna keep doing what I need to do.
Thanks.
Luke, just what's the general excitement level as you guys are heading into what you believe will be a much more normal spring camp than what you all encountered last year? And once again, hopefully also going into a normal 2021 football season.
Yeah, I mean, we missed out on 2/3 of our spring last year, and that's just huge for development. Spring's different. You're not preparing for a game every week, so you have time to correct things that sometimes you miss in fall camp when you're such an urgency to get ready for an opponent. I think it's great for young guys to develop depth in our program. I think this year we have no excuse not to. We have so many guys that took advantage of that extra year. We played a lot of young guys last year, so we're going to have a lot of depth. But the biggest thing about spring is just keep continuing to develop that. I think it's going to be huge for us. We have 15 practices to do it, and it should be normal. So I'm looking forward to it.
Luke, Sam was joking that his family didn't give him a ride home after the Wisconsin game. Just kind of, what is his mentality as far as bouncing back like that? I mean, quarterbacks have to do that, much like secondary guys, I imagine. But what do you think is his bounce back ability here coming into the spring?
Yeah, I would say this about Sam: if that was going to happen to one person, I think Sam is the guy that can handle it. He's great. He understands the importance of fixing the mistakes, but he also isn't so hard on himself that he's going to mentally shut down. And he works harder than anyone in the building. I know he's gonna have a great season this year. And like I said, I don't think there's a better person to handle that than Sam.
Luke, how would you characterize the awakening this offseason?
Well, they don't get any easier as the years go on. I think technically this is my fifth round of them, and it's our last one today. My team won, so I'm pretty pumped about that. But they've been great. I mean, they just build mental toughness, especially in these young guys. The mid years that come in, they've never experienced anything like that. I mean, in high school, you think you're working hard, but you don't really understand, how to push your body to the limits until you do stuff like that. I think it's great for that, and it's good for developing leadership as well. Having those older guys be at the front of the line, pushing the younger guys, and establishing what it takes to play here.
Who was your first draft pick, and who ended up being your best draft pick for your team?
My first draft pick was Nick Anderson, which got a lot of heat for, but he performed. And my best draft pick, let me think here. Honestly, I think Gavin Holmes and Kalen Carson really came on towards the end of the month. So they performed well. Everyone did well, though. I mean, it was awesome seeing those guys compete and really, embrace the adversity.
Did you pick anybody other than DBs?
Yeah, you have to. You got to pick up big skill, and then big. So they kind of make you. But I mean, across the board, we all did really well.
I just asked because you listed 3 DBs and you're a former DB, so it sounded like your team was just a bunch of you DBs out there.
No, my bigs did awesome too. Will Smart, Loic, they balled, so it was awesome.
Is the reward the same?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, honestly, is just being able to take that picture after it and know that you did it. I think that's kind of like the biggest reward, just kind of knowing that you outperformed everyone else.
So not the trip to the steakhouse. What is it, for Telly's?
Yeah, it's different every year, but we'll see about that. With COVID and everything, they might do a little in-house thing for us, but that's nice too.
Luke, just what are the top challenges for you as a defense on the defensive side to improve this coming season? What are the key criteria that you all looking forward to?
Yeah, so one is tackling, and then I would say the other two kind of boil down to consistency, just playing. Because when we're good, we were good, and then when we were bad, we were really bad. And we have no excuse this year to not be the most consistent and the best defense that we've ever had. So I think that starts, Friday in spring practice 1, and then that builds throughout all spring, all summer, and then all fall camp, and just being the same person individually every day, being the same person. And then as a defense, having the same energy, the same commitment, the same, energy every single day that we need to be successful.
Luke, you kind of touched on as a defense, but for you personally, what are you trying to improve on the most this spring?
Yeah, so this spring, I mean, I really want to get better at tackling. I missed too many tackles this year. And then switching positions, I really want to really master the defense. I'm still thinking a little bit when we've been doing stuff. And I think you play fast when you're not thinking, you know exactly what you're doing. So these 15 practices are going to be huge just to really master the defense and know exactly what I'm doing in every situation.
Luke, what's the weight room been like without Coach Horgan there?
Yeah, that was a huge news in the offseason. Anytime you have a change like that, you get a little nervous. But the second that I heard Coach Chad got the job, we all knew that he'd do a great job, and we haven't skipped a beat. I mean, he's been awesome. I think having a lot of the older guys back too has been awesome too, just because we know what it takes to work, and we push the younger guys as well. But the whole strength staff's been great this offseason, and having this extra couple weeks before spring ball is really a lot of guys put on weight and get the strength back they needed to.
Chad's not quite as crazy as Brandon, is he?
Yeah, he's different, but he's a good different. I mean, he's very analytical, and he makes sure that not that Coach Horgan didn't, but Coach Chad is he emphasizes form and technique, and we've stayed healthy that way too, which is nice.
Luke, how does losing some of those big names on the defensive line affect the dynamic of the defense?
Yeah, losing guys like Boogie is huge. I mean, he's one of the best players that I've ever played with. But we got a lot of guys there, a lot of young guys too that are going to step up, I believe. I mean, Rondell's been great. He missed a little time getting hurt, but when he's healthy, he's a beast. And then guys like Isaiah Chaney off the edge, I think are going to be awesome. They just haven't had as much experience yet. So it's all about developing that in spring and working through camp so they can be ready.
Luke, how would you kind of summarize what you're looking at in the linebacker room? It seems like you and Ryan clearly top the depth chart, but then you've got a lot of guys kind of vying for that third and fourth and fifth spot. How do you kind of see that shaking out, and who do you think can emerge to give you guys some relief?
Yeah, so the thing about, I mean, every position on defense, but especially linebacker, safety, positions like that, you need to rotate in order to stay healthy, and you need to have a bunch of guys that are ready to play. And I think we got a great room right now. I mean, guys like Chase Jones, Chase Monroe, they've really come along. Zach Ranson's coming along. They've proven that they can play, and I think they will play a ton this year. And it's going to take all of us working together as one unit to really do that. I think this spring's going to be awesome to be able to get to work with some new guys. And like I said, I mean, we all need to have that mentality that we're going to be the guy. And that way, if injuries do happen or just rotating in general, we're all ready to play and contribute to that one goal.
Are you allowed to talk yet about a close friend of yours coming to campus later this year?
No,
I don't think we can we?
No.
That's crazy, isn't it? Oh, well, we'll talk about that in the fall, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, guys? All right, thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Luke.